Stay updated with the latest Manchester United transfer news. Man United transfer news live, Viktor Gyokeres updates and Marcus Rashford latest. All the latest Manchester United transfer news and updates on the second day of the January window. Manchester United head into the second day of the January transfer window today, with hopes of potentially adding to their squad sooner rather than later. United are in a dreadful run of form, with the loss to Newcastle compounding matters on Monday night. Marcus Rashford made the bench that evening, and there were reports that he has looked to change his agency to one which Gareth Bale used to make a move to Real Madrid. However, the player has come out and categorically denied that he is looking to switch agency. Meanwhile, there are reports that Ruben Amorim wants to accelerate the plan to sign his former striker Viktor Gyokeres. The Swede is averaging a goal per game so far this season, and United are in desperate need of a star striker. Alejandro Garnacho and Joshua Zirkzee's futures are also up for discussion during what is a busy start to the window. Why Gyokeres' move in January would be surprising. While there is little doubt that Amorim would want to reunite with Gyokeres at some stage in the future, the United head coach has already made a promise that he would not want to purchase any players from Sporting in January. Amorim's Gyokeres demand. According to the Daily Star, Amorim is pushing to complete a move for Gyokeres in the January transfer window. It is understood a release clause of £80 million is inserted into the contract of Gyokeres, and Sporting would want the full amount if they were to let their star striker leave. United are currently desperate for a goalscorer, with neither Højlund nor Zirkzee scoring regularly enough for where United want to be. Marcus Rashford transfer preference emerges, as Man United could face £900 million blow. Manchester United are in dire straits and need a radical reboot this month. But only the exit of players such as Rashford can usher in much-needed help. Manchester United are set to have a quiet month as things stand, although that could possibly change. The club have no room to maneuver in the transfer market this January, having spent £206 million on 5 signings over the summer. Further compensation packages have not helped the club's position within spending limits either. United paid out around £3 million to Newcastle United for sporting director Dan Ashworth this summer, before he was sacked just months later. Erik ten Hag is meanwhile due around £17 million in compensation after his dismissal, while United forked out several million to buy Ruben Amorim out of his Sporting CP contract. As for on the field, United's dire form has left them just 7 points above the relegation zone. They are in desperate need of reinforcement, but will only be able to bring players in if they sell some current options. Bruno Fernandes shows his true colors after reaching out to ex-Man United star. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has been dishing out praise to his former teammate, Juan, on social media after the veteran scored his first A-League goal. Bruno Fernandes was among the players to send a congratulatory message to Magic Juan after the former Manchester United star scored his first goal for Western Sydney Wanderers. Mata, 36, spent 7.5 years at Old Trafford after quitting Chelsea. The veteran attacking midfielder would go on to make 285 appearances in total, before moving on to pastures new in the summer of 2022. Since departing United, Mata represented Galatasaray before a challenging spell in Japan with Vissel Kobe, where he featured just once. But the Spaniard has played far more regularly since moving to Australia to join the Westies. Mata opened his account in the A-League in Western Sydney Wanderers' 3-2 defeat to MacArthur on New Year's Day, and Fernandes was quick to pay tribute on social media. Commenting on a clip of the goal, which was shared by the official A-League's Instagram account, Fernandes said of his former teammate, "The year changes but magic never disappears at Juan Madagascar," alongside a love heart eyes emoji. He wasn't the only one of Mata's former Manchester United teammates to comment. David De Gea, who left United at the same time as Mata, also chimed in, saying, "The left foot," with the eyes emoji. While Mata has found a new lease of life in Australia, it's been a difficult campaign for Fernandes and Manchester United, who have lost their last 3 games. The Red Devils have underperformed in the Premier League all season and currently find themselves in 14th place despite axing Erik ten Hag and replacing him with Ruben Amorim. Fernandes has been called out by some for a lack of discipline after being shown 3 red cards this season, although one was later overturned on appeal. But the influential Portugal midfielder did miss out on Monday's 2-0 defeat to Newcastle after being sent off for 2 yellow cards in United's previous outing against Wolves. The 30-year-old is expected to return to the team on Sunday when United travel to their archrivals, Liverpool, in the hope of inflicting a surprise defeat on Arne Slot's side, who have been beaten just once in the Premier League all season. Man United transfer news live. Amorim demands Gyokeres, Casemiro interest, 2 exits approved. Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim is desperate to strengthen his squad in the January transfer window after 4 straight losses, but will need exits to fund new players. The January transfer window is here, and Manchester United need to make use of it more than most. Ruben Amorim wants reinforcements after a miserable Christmas, and Sporting striker Viktor Gyokeres is his prime target. But the Swede's £80 million price tag will not make things easy, with profit and sustainability rules demanding exits first. Marcus Rashford is top of the list, but there are 6 other United players who are free to discuss moves to other clubs now. Meanwhile, Casemiro is attracting interest from Saudi Arabia, and Joshua Zirkzee is also the subject of speculation. Youngsters Harry Amass and Dan Gore have been green-lighted to go on loan, but that won't solve Amorim's biggest problem. To create his perfect 11, he ideally needs a left-back, striker, central midfielder, and versatile attacker. That is easier said than done. Onana could be replaced. Ruben Amorim wants to sign a new goalkeeper in the wake of Andre Onana's inconsistent performances. United paid out big money to sign the Cameroon international from Inter Milan back in the summer of 2022, but Onana has made a catalogue of high-profile errors since moving to Old Trafford. And while the 28-year-old has been in better form so far this season, Amorim wants to sign a new goalkeeper to push him in 2025, according to the Manchester Evening News. 6 players who could leave. Manchester United have 6 players whose current contracts are due to expire in June and are therefore able to speak to foreign clubs about a free transfer in the summer. Amad has been offered a new deal and is expected to stay, and Harry Maguire has hinted that he could sign an extension, but Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, Christian Eriksen, and Tom Heaton are expected to leave. 2 youngsters allowed to leave. Ruben Amorim is happy for youngsters Dan Gore and Harry Amass to leave Manchester United on loan this month. The 2 have been identified as needing regular first-team football and should have plenty of suitors. Amorim wants Gyokeres. Ruben Amorim wants to sign Viktor Gyokeres this month, but knows it won't be easy. Gyokeres will cost £80 million, and such a transfer will have to be sanctioned by the Glazer family. It will also require a number of departures this month to satisfy profit and sustainability rules. Zirkzee's transfer stance. Joshua Zirkzee wants to stay and fight for his place at Manchester United. Zirkzee was substituted after 33 minutes against Newcastle, and has already been linked with a swift exit from Old Trafford after his £36 million summer arrival. Juventus and Napoli have been credited with interest, but the Dutchman has no desire to leave. He is focused on improving and earning Ruben Amorim's trust. Man United transfer news. Marcus Rashford sets the record straight as Ruben Amorim eyes key signing. Manchester United are spinning a number of plates heading into the transfer window, and some stars, including Marcus Rashford, are trying to find a new club in January. The transfer window is officially open, but don't expect Manchester United to break the bank this month. The Red Devils will have to wheel and deal in January if they are to provide their new head coach, Ruben Amorim, with the fresh faces that his beleaguered team would appear to desperately need. United are languishing in 14th place in the Premier League after back-to-back losses over the Christmas period. And with a daunting trip to arch-rivals Liverpool on the horizon, things could get even worse for Amorim and company. Rashford takes action. Marcus Rashford has shot down reports that he held talks with a new agency as speculation over his future at Manchester United continues. The forward, 27, is represented by his brother, Dwayne Maynard. It had been reported by The Sun that Rashford had spoken with the Stellar Group to help him secure a move away. But Rashford took to social media on New Year's Day to rubbish said reports, saying, "Been a lot of false stories written over past few weeks, but guys, this is getting ridiculous. Never met with any agency and don't have any plans to do so." Amorim decides priority signing. Ruben Amorim wants to sign a new goalkeeper in the wake of Andre Onana's inconsistent performances. United paid out big money to sign the Cameroon international from Inter Milan back in the summer of 2022, but Onana has made a catalog of high-profile errors since moving to Old Trafford. And while the 28-year-old has been in better form so far this season, Amorim wants to sign a new goalkeeper to push him in 2025, according to the Manchester Evening News. Casemiro set for Saudi. Casemiro is said to be ready to consider a move in January as clubs in the Saudi Pro League weigh up a move for the veteran midfielder. The Brazil star, 32, has come in for criticism over the past 18 months after a drop in form. And that has led to speculation that United would like to offload the veteran's substantial salary despite the fact he impressed during his first season at Old Trafford. According to Brazilian outlet UOL, there are as many as 6 Saudi Pro League clubs in the running to sign Casemiro, including Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr.